Hello everyone, this is a review of the Olympus hand grip for the OMD EM-5 camera. So this part number is HLD-6 and it comes in two parts. The first part is this horizontal grip portion and then there's the vertical grip portion. So let me go through them one by one and then put them on the camera so you can see how they function, how they look like. So first is the horizontal grip. And this part is made out of metal and it feels very well built. And down here is the tripod connection to the OMD. Here's the electronic connectors. They're spring-loaded. And the surface is velvety, so it does not scratch your camera. And here is a place where you can store the connector cover from the OMD. So on top is a shutter button with the dial, the front dial, that will perform the identical function as this dial right here. And in terms of feel, both feel identical. So let us put this on. So to do this, you need to remove the cover right here. And you can choose to store this cover in this compartment right here if you like. So the way to put it on is very simple. There is one rod here that lines up with the camera and basically just mount it like a tripod. Okay, so here's what it looks like on the silver OMD. And it adds a bit of height, not too much, and adds a substantial grip right here. So this feels like a solid grip after this has been attached. If you watch my review videos on the OMD, I did complain about how the grip is kind of thin and it's tiring on the hands after a while, but this definitely makes a tremendous difference in how you can hold the camera, especially when you're holding this way, when you're walking, just dangling from your hand, and when you're holding like this. There's no way that I will hold the camera one-handed for an extended period of time without the grip, but with the grip is definitely possible. In terms of weight, it adds a small amount of weight, but it's definitely, you can feel it. But one thing I did notice from using this grip is that after adding the grip, this strap connector here, it gets in the way a lot more than before. So without the grip, it wasn't that much of a problem, but with a grip, it's always in the way, and especially if you have the neck strap attached, it's kind of, it tries to get out from under your hand, and I think it could be placed better, maybe a little higher, but in its current position, I usually prefer having nothing on this, and even so, it kind of, it's kind of a thing that's always nagging under your hand. So besides that, I have no complaints. Very well built hand grip, and I would have preferred if Olympus sold it by itself, because I would think that 90% of users would just want this grip to supplement the lack of grip on the OMD. Alright, so next part is the vertical grip, and this part is built in plastic, I believe. So this quality is a little bit less, but there is still the velvet portion to prevent scratching. Here's the rubber. It's the same kind of material as the rubber on here. It's not the fake leather as on the rest of the silver OMD. And here's another compartment for you to store the cover, electrical contacts, where this actually does something now because you have a lot of buttons. You have a grip function button 1, grip function button 2, the rear dial, which is the same function as this dial here, and another front dial. So this will be used in the portrait orientation, offering the same function as this dial and this dial. So there is a lock switch right here. It's very useful because normally you want it to be locked, because when you're using it this way you might press the shutter button without noticing. So when you tilt it like this, you can just go like this and then start shooting. And over here is the battery latch, so you can open it. There's some pressure because it's worth mentioning that this whole grip is weather sealed, just like the OMD EM-5. So, for example, right here there is some gasket around so that water does not get in. And you can put another battery in here. Right here I have a replacement battery, and that will give you about 800 shots in total with the grip on and a battery inside the camera. Alright, so let's try to put this grip onto the OMD. So by the way, there's no way to skip the horizontal grip. You have to have it on before putting on the vertical grip. So put it on, it's fairly straightforward. You just line it up and screw the tripod mount in. Alright, so here we go. We have both grips attached to the OMD EM-5. And let me just do a quick rotation of this just so you know what it looks like. I presume it looks a little better on the black OMD, but it does not look horrible on the silver one either. So now, with this additional portion of the horizontal or the vertical grip, it actually feels even more substantial of a grip when you hold it like this, because now your pinky can rest on this portion of the grip, and now of course you can shoot vertically as well. So now let me show you a few things that now are available to you after attaching the vertical grip. So now if you go into menu and then go into button dial under the settings and button function, you have BFN1 and BFN2. So BFN1, you have these options available like menu focus, AF, area select, preview. Basically the same kind of functions that's available to you to the for the other two function buttons on the OMD. So that's very nice. And you can also set the BFN2. Also, you get to choose which battery gets used first. So you can choose to use this battery first and then the camera battery, or the other way around. I don't see any reason to use this battery first, so usually I set it to use this one first, because once the grip is attached, it is a pain to remove the inside battery of the camera. So right now with both grips attached, the camera does feel substantially heavier, but the handling is also substantially improved. So this side and this side is very easy to grip the camera, and it feels very, very solid. The attachment is very secure, so there's no worry there. It's also weather sealed, like I mentioned. And yeah, so this is a great grip, but is it worth the $300 that Olympus is charging for it? And if you think the price is too high, I would suggest waiting for a few months for third-party manufacturers to come out with just this horizontal grip, because this will change. This is what mainly affects the handling of the camera, not the vertical part. This is really for people who do portrait work, more professional kind of line of work than this part. This part really is what I got the grip for, just for better handling, and I could do without this, frankly speaking. So if you think the price is too high, I'll wait a bit for people to start manufacturing this for cheap. Alright, so this has been a review of the Olympus HLD-6 hand grip on the silver OMD EM-5 camera. And as always, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time.